The Fear. It was winter in a forest in northeastern France. It was night earlier than usual because that day the sky was very dark. My guide was a peasant who was walking by my side, by a very small path under trees that were screaming under the effect of the wind. Between the branches, I saw running clouds that seemed to flee before a terror. We had dinner and slept at a ranger whose house was not far away. I was going there to hunt. My guide sometimes looked up and said, "Sad weather." Then he told me about the people we were coming to. The father killed a poacher 2 years ago, and since that time he seems sad and dark, haunted by memory. His two sons, married, lived with him. The night was deep. I saw nothing in front of me, nor around me. I finally saw a light, and soon my companion was knocking on the door. Shrieks of women answered us. Then a man's voice asked, "Who's going there?" My guide was named, and we walked in. In front of me was an unforgettable painting. An old man with white hair, with a mad eye and a rifle in his hand, was waiting for us standing in the middle of the kitchen. And two big boys, armed with axes, guarded the door. I could see in a dark corner two women on their knees, their faces hidden against the wall. I was then explained the situation. The old man put his weapon against the wall and ordered to prepare my room. Then, as the woman did not move, he said to me brusquely, "You see, sir, I killed a man 2 years ago tonight. The other year he came back to call me. I'm still waiting for him tonight, too. We are not quiet." I reassured him as I could, happy to have come to that very evening, and to witness the spectacle of this superstitious terror. I told stories, and I managed to calm everyone down. Near the fire, an old dog, almost blind and mustached. One of those dogs who look like people we know was sleeping in his paws. Outside, the storm beat the little house. I saw through the windows all the trees just lit by the wind, lit by big lightning. In spite of my efforts, I felt a deep terror held these people, and every time I stopped talking, all ears listened far away. I was going up to bed, tired, tired of these stories, when the old man suddenly jumped from his chair, took his rifle again, and said in a frightened voice, "Here it is! Here it is! I hear it!" The two women knelt in their corner again, and the sons took their axes back. I was still going to try to appease them when the sleeping dog woke up and uttered a dismal howl. All eyes were turned towards him. He remained now motionless, as haunted by a vision, and he began to scream at something invisible, unknown, frightful, no doubt, because all his hair was bristling. The guard, white, shouted, "He feels it! He feels it! He was there when I killed him!" And the two women screamed at each other with the dog. I now had chills. For an hour, the dog screamed without moving, and the dreadful fear entered me. The fear of what? Do I know? It was fear, and that's all. We stood motionless, white with fear, waiting for a frightful event, heart pounding, and upset at the slightest sound. This animal drove us crazy. Then the peasant threw himself on him and kicked him out. We remained in a still more terrifying silence, and suddenly we heard a being sleeping against the wall outside the forest. He then went to the door. He seemed to be looking for something. Then we did not hear anything for about 2 minutes, and we were paralyzed by fear. Then he came back. He was scratching the door, and suddenly a head appeared against the window, a white head with bright eyes like those of the big cats, and a sound came out of his mouth, an indistinct sound, a plaintive murmur. We heard a great noise in the kitchen. The old guard had fired, and I swear to you that at the sound of the gunshot that I was not expecting, I had such anguish of heart, soul, and body that I felt myself die of fear. We stayed there until morning, unable to move, to say a word. When we finally opened the door, we discovered the dead dog, a bullet in the head. That night, however, there was in fact no danger, but I prefer to begin again every hour when I have faced the most terrible dangers, only the minute of the shot.